So living in the wilderness of the Pacific Northwest, especially where I live, we have a high concentrations of wildfires per capita. So I'm standing in the middle of my garden because those of you who have seen our show on Homestead Rescue on Discovery Channel noted that we had a fire drill to put my plan B to the test, and that was to duck into the pond. Well, we discovered that wasn't a good idea, and it was determined that the middle of my garden was probably the best option if we were unable to get out and get away from a wildfire and we got stuck here on the homestead. So we're able to defend in place. So I'm building a project that'll give us more defense, and that is continuing the garden fencing, because I still got deer coming through my back fence into my garden, so I'm putting in a new fence, and I'm jerry-rigging a fire shield from resource material here on the homestead. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. Like I said in the bumper, I'm really concerned about wildfires because where we live, we have an average of, at minimum, 3 wildfires per year, all within a 10-mile radius of the homestead. And this area behind me here is dry grasses, especially tinder dry in the summer months, and a spark could land in this grass and set it aflame and rush my homestead. So that's why I'm taking extra care in developing more defensible positions to be able to duck into in the event that we get overtaken by a wildfire. So I've decided to continue my back fence, and we're going to build a fence like this, but I'm adding a fire shield to the fence. So let's get some holes dug, get some fence posts in, and get them cemented in, and we'll continue the project. Fill my hole with water. And put cement in the hole. And there. that post is done. I've got 3 more to do, so let's get those done. Okay, I'm going to let these fence posts set and cure in their cement overnight, and tomorrow I will attach the fire shield and the fence, and this whole back fence will now be protecting the garden and the homestead, at least this part of the homestead, from fire and deer. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the episode in which we're featured in on Discovery Channel, it's Homestead Rescue in Season 2, Episode 2. They titled it Honey, I Torched the Homestead, and we put my fire drill to the test, and that was plan B. Plan A was to get the heck out of Dodge. Plan B was to get into the pond, but we determined during the episode that the pond wasn't a very safe place to go. So my new plan B is, if we can't get off the homestead, the middle of the garden is the safest place in case of a wildfire. So that's why I'm putting in a fire shield around the bottom of the fence to keep the flames on the other side of the fence and give us some defensible position here. I'll be adding another feature in the middle of the garden later to give us the ultimate fire safety in the event that we are threatened by a serious wildfire. So that's it for today. I will be tuning back in a video second, and we'll be putting the fire shield in and hanging the fence. So we'll see you guys in a video second. Okay, I'm gonna now attach this hardware. That's designed for a 2x4 to slip into. So we're gonna go ahead and attach them. I have my string line attached, so it'll be level all the way across the top, and I'll trim the tops off later. Okay, I can now take down my string. I'm going to take this string and we're going to put another fence line down over there. We'll use it over there. Now I have to measure between poles. I'm going to do them at the bottom. That way the tops will be straight. 115.5. Okay. Okay, that's all done. Now it's time to disassemble the old fencing back there and get the new fence and the fire shield in place. I'll attach the fire shield first, then I'll tack the fence up over the top of it. And that'll do it, I think. Or I'll do the fence, then the fire shield, because the fire shield screws on. And that can hold the bottom part of the fence on. I think I'll do that. I'll do the fire shield over the fence. Planning as I go. Okay, I got my back fence up. Now I'm going to roll it out and we'll see how much we have. I got to attach this corner first, so let me grab my fence. Well, I got this fence together so far. This is my last piece to set in. So we're going to tack it in and stretch it. And what I did was I just nailed it. I went every 10 feet on my post and stretched it and tacked it every 10 feet, just like this. Now I just have to tack it along the top here. One more. Now I can put the fire shield on. So far I am very pleased on how the whole project came together. I finally got a decent fence across the back, so hopefully this will keep the deer out. If it doesn't keep the deer out, I have a plan B, but we won't talk about it until we get to that point. So let's go ahead and take this material that I resourced and let's get it secured. I've got these great big 2.5 inch roofing nails or roofing screws and a 1/4 inch drill bit to fit these roofing nails, and we're going to go ahead and screw these in right over the top of the existing fence. Change out my screwdriver. All right. My battery is dying, but that's okay. The fire shield is in. You may think this is overkill, but I've got to do what a guy's got to do to defend his homestead and his family against wildfire. But I think that's a very effective fire break for the grass. The flames will come right up to the fire break and burn right up to the grass. Well, I've concluded the project, at least for the primarily the back fence is where I'm putting the fire shield on. I still am going to be adding a 2-foot wide path of gravel on both sides of that fence as an additional fire barrier. And then also I can turn on the sprinkler system and get everything wetted down in case we do get breached by fire. in case it happens, at least get everything wetted down and nothing will spark, because in wildfires you'll have sparks flying. But with all the vegetation cleared out from around all of my buildings, and every building on my homestead having a metal roof to deflect burning embers, and most of them with metal sidings, we shouldn't have a problem. If there's some spot fires going around here and there from throughout the homestead, it's just small grasses, because all the limbs are trimmed up. So we're pretty, for the most part, fire safe here. We've had the fire crew come through and help us clear the land and get it fire safe. So these are steps that you as a homesteader living in the wilderness can take in protecting your homestead from wildfires. My next activity is to finish this fence, and that's the last fence I need to finish. And then my whole garden will be protected, deer-proof and for the most part fireproof. So that's it. I'm your host, Jerry Hanson. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a small homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. And I'd like to thank you guys and encourage you to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and push that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I upload them, so you can see our ongoing saga of learning how to homestead. Also, clicking that share button and sharing our channel on your social media platforms, that helps out our channel greatly. You can follow me on social media. I'm currently on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Blogger, Tumblr. I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm also on Parler. We'll see you guys in the next video. I'm on staycation next week, so I've got plenty of activities still going on around the homestead. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.